Hello, hello, hi, Geekpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Monday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. My name is Sean Azimi. I'm somebody who used to work 14, 16-hour days in an office in a call center environment, 6 days a week, often 7 days a week, until my pancreas shut down on me and left me unemployable with nothing to fall back on. And I mean nothing to fall back on. So I don't know if you've ever hit rock bottom like that, but it is definitely not fun times. So now I help folks start a side gig online, use social media to grow it. Like I always say, where else would you start a side gig, and how else would you grow it? But by social media, right? So I am, whether you're serious or curious, drop the word me in the comments and I will send you a 9 minute clip that you can watch, and it'll tell you all your options of all this terminologies that you hear about the whole gig economy and the online space, and then we can take it from there. So with that, I am excited for tonight's live, you guys. Some of you know, some of you have actually worked with me in that office that I said I've been, working for a gazillion hours a day. I've been in sales for a long time. I am close to 53. I got into sales when I was 17. So I've been in sales for a while, and I've sold a bunch of different things, 38 jobs in 10 different industries. What can I say? That's my story. But I'm always excited and eager to learn more about sales, about presentations, about especially about how to tell a better story. And I have, some of you know, I have been mentored by, well, I've been plugging into his classes and courses and uh, Facebook private pages, if you would. And that is Ray Higdon. A lot of you know that I just love Ray and who he is and what he is about and how he teaches. In fact, my team, um, I would always only plug them into Ray. Now, if they wanted to get some other stuff outside of what I share with them, totally fine. But I just love Ray Higdon. Drop a one in the comments if you actually know who Ray Higdon is. I'm curious to know. We are live on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, later on X, Threads, and LinkedIn. Well, let's go. Today, Ray had put together a 10x your sales challenge for 5 days. And today was day one. Now, let me give you a little plug here because I think it's kind of important. Because some of you know, actually, a lot of you know, about 3 months ago, the company that I was promoting the products from, they actually shut down. And so for the past 3 months, I really haven't been doing much as far as product line is concerned. I've just kind of been kicking back, relaxing, and really seeing. I just wanted all this heat and the noise to just calm down. If you're in our space, you would know. But it's just been just too. So I just wanted everything to calm down, and I did get together with a Christian mentorship program that not only I plug into and study on a daily basis and love with it, but I also promote it, right? If that brings you closer to God, or it gives you a better understanding of God's love for you, then great. And if you're curious about that, you can drop the let's see, drop the word five in the comments. and I'll get you some. I'll get you a link there. But so today he did the first day, right? First day, and it was all about mindset. Now, I've been, like I said, I've been in sales for a long time, and I've trained, I've coached a lot of salespeople in the mortgage industry and other fields. And normally, what you start with is just really the beginning of the sale, right? How to start the conversation, how to start that relationship, if you would, how to start to build that trust right off the bat, how to gain their attention right off the bat. What I used to call, how would you take them off the street, which means nobody else would go to them, right? They're yours. Now, it was a whole different world. Today, when Ray was talking about it, it was all about the first day is all about mindset, right? Now, it was interesting because he's done a couple other challenges where he talks about mindset at the very start, but this one hit so different, right? Because in the past, the challenges have been, how to make $1,000 in your first month, or some sort of that kind of a course. But this one is about 10 times whatever you're making. And here's the thing: if you're not making anything, your starting line is 10,000. That's a little different ball game than you making a couple $100. It got pretty serious, right? And I remember Jim Rohn saying, "Hey, listen, it's not the $1 million, it's the person who holds the million. It's the person who becomes the millionaire." And it is so relatable with what Ray talks about, right? Did you make out those what? Did you pick out those glasses thinking that it would help your MLM career? Anyway, so so but this one is about 10 times your sales. So if you're at zero, then the starting line is at 10,000, right? So it's a whole different ball game. And he went through and he gave us 6 bullet points of what it takes to kind of do the mindset shift, if you would, right? So here's hold on one second. We got an intruder. Okay. So it was interesting because he gave us 6, but there was 2 that really hit me. I'm gonna give you some takeaways from Ray's training today. I can't give you the whole thing because I got like 4 pages of notes. In like half an hour, I got 4 pages of notes, and I'll give you these 2 that really stood out to me, spoke to me, and I'm gonna give you 3 questions that you'd want to. I can give you more questions, but I'm going to give you 3 questions that are going to just blow your mind, and I'll tell you who to ask. So the one thing that he said that really stood out to me from today said, transform your identity. What would be the 10x version of you? What would the 10x version of you look like? Gotta transform your identity. You gotta go from who you are and really transform into a 10x individual, right? And I love that because back because you and I both know, we probably think, hey, if I can do more, if I can prospect more, talk to more people, make more calls, do this, do this, do this, do this, if I do more, 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 then I can 10x my results. It may be true for a short period of time, but it's not going to be long term. It won't last long. Now, He gave us one more out of the six that completely comes together and just locks in with this whole transformation of your identity. And you know what it is? He said, I love this point. Think transformation, not improvement. Ooh, come on now. Think transformation, not improvement. I love that. How many of us just want to improve and get better at what we do, but we don't really think about transforming our identity and just becoming the next person up? Not just do more, but become the next person up. I just love that. It just hit me so hard, right? Think transformation, not improvement, right? And I think a lot of us will just train to improve. We'll take more courses. We'll read more books. We'll make more sales calls just because we want to improve. Heck, I used to teach that back in the day. Hey, if you want to improve, you got to do more, right? And that still applies if you want to improve. But if you want to transform, you got to become the next person. So I just love these two. Transform your identity, think transformation, not improvement. I give you a bonus one. Remember, there's 6 points of this, but um, bonus one would be collaboration. Make sure you got a good set of heads around you, right? The people around you are good folks. They're not going to knock you down. So those are the couple of takeaways. There's more, but two for now. And then we get into like questions and, the all access pass where you can actually ask Ray himself some questions. Some people asked a few really good questions. I asked obviously the best question. I'm just kidding. But I also asked the question. But one of the things that we learn, especially in that Christian mentorship program I mentioned, if you would, but we learn to ask God certain questions. Now, in the past, it's never crossed my mind to even come up with these questions, like especially like from God. You know what I mean? It's like it's never come. Um, I've never thought about them. I maybe even truthfully, I didn't even think I could ask questions like these questions. But that's kind of that gives you more um, more access to him, right? And gets you closer to him. That's the whole relationship, right? But get this: how would a sales training or challenge have anything to do with asking God for things? Because when we ask, we usually beg. Let's just be truthful with it, right? We don't really come out and ask the way he says in the book to ask: gracefully, thankfully, as you have already received it. That's not how we do it. We beg and plead, oh, please, God, please, will you do this? Right? That's kind of what we put. Let's just be truthful. Unless we kind of learn the art of praying, and I'm learning that as I go through this mentorship. But I'll give you three. I have a bunch of questions, but I want to give you three that really stood out to me. And maybe you can apply these in your life and see how that goes. One of the things that you've heard me say often is don't pursue paycheck, but pursue purpose, right? Because once you fall into that purpose path, I truly believe that it's blessed. So it's blessed already. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So here's I'll give you three questions that you can ask God in prayer, to see what He says and how these questions can really um, change your everything, transform you, not improve you. I'll give you the first one. Um, how do you see me? Have you ever asked God that? How do you see me? I think that's so cool. Sometimes we ask our best friends, our significant others, um, parents, hey, how do you really see me? How would you describe me to others? But have you ever thought about asking your God how He sees you? It's you, not everyone, but just you in particular. I love that. How do you see me? I'll give you a second question. Um, okay. What old habits are you killing in me, and what's the exchange? Ooh, come on now. How good is that? What old habit are you getting rid of out of me? And what are you putting back in? What's the exchange? You get rid of that, but what are you bringing in? Oh, how good is that? What old habits are you killing in me, and what's the exchange? Right? I'll give you one more. One more. Okay. I'll give you this one. This is a good one. I have a bunch of I have 2 pages of questions. I'll give you this question. What did you intend for me to be? Oh my God. I love that question. What did you intend for me to be? Isn't that really asking God, hey, why did you put me on this planet for? Like, what's my purpose? Tell me. What am I supposed to be doing here? Am I supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or am I not doing what I'm supposed to be doing? I love these three questions. And I love the fact that we can be so open and truthful and transparent with our Creator, with our God, and we can have a dialogue, a conversation back and forth. I love that. Don't you? One, how do you see me? Two, what old habits are you killing in me? And what's the exchange? And three, what did you intend for me to be? I love these questions. So I thought I'd share some of my takeaways from this 10x Your Sales Challenge with Ray Higdon. I think I want to say tomorrow is Tuesday. I want to say you can still join tomorrow. I don't know actually. But if you are open to it, if you're interested, and if you want to join, I guess send me a message and drop the word Ray in the comments. And what I'll do, I'll send you a link, and hopefully it works. We'll see if it works. But if you can get in, if you have any intentions of transforming, not improving, if you really want to get your game on and to the next level, I highly recommend this 5 day. And it's just, I think it's for, I don't even know. It's like, I think I want to say $30 or something like that, $27. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I think you'll get a ton of value if you're in this space and if you want to grow and really learn some foundational points about sales. So, hey, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. If you know somebody who could use this live, then tag them to this, share it with them, let them get the value you got, and don't be stingy with my lives. Let's go already. And with that, if you're not following me, you can follow me on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Threads. I go with hashtag SideGigSean. I am Sean Azimi. I'm somebody who used to work in an office call center environment. Man, 14, 16-hour days, sometimes 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, until my pancreas quit on me, left me unemployable with nothing to fall back on. And I mean, nothing. So if you've ever been there, you know that it's no bueno. It's so. And so now I help folks to start a side gig online and grow it using social media. Whether you're serious or curious, if this resonates with you, drop the word "me" in the comments, and I will send you a video, 9 minutes long, and it'll explain all the terminology, all the different things that you hear about the gig economy and what's available online, and it'll explain everything to you. And then we take it from there. So, with that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.